No. No. No, no, no. This can't be happening. All, all I, all I remember was just darkness and red. Two voices in my head, just telling me to destroy another one. I recognized one of the voices, deep hatred, anger. I knew what that voice was. It was that damn fuzzball inside the seal. Fuck. I gave in to the Kyuubi. I can't do that again. But that other voice, what the hell was that? Where did that come from? But that voice, as you remember what the voice said, Skull Knight said that the armor boosts negativity, all your negative emotions, drawing everything negative in your life out, making you a rageful beast that does not see right from wrong. Did I do this? Because if this armor causes me to go black out and rage out with the Kyuubi's power, this is not good. But I easily defeated this nin. I remember I saw it was all red, but I could see still. I felt that I was in control. I knew what I was doing. But I was angry. I couldn't control myself. I didn't even know. But I did see. I could see. But I couldn't control myself. It was like I was a passenger in my own body. That voice. It's connected to the armor somehow. I don't know how, but I just know. I don't like that. As looking down at his hand, seeing that he almost killed someone, and I almost killed somebody I just started as a friend. And this can't be happening. I almost killed Haku. Seeing the motionless boy as the Dragon Slayer's lair would be at the very tip of the boy's face. There's inches, just at least a few inches away from cutting his face. The lower part of the so-called helmet will be like rows of teeth. I didn't see you there. I swear. I didn't mean to. I didn't know. As one of the boys says, why don't you end me? What? Why aren't you ending me? This is the way the shinobi. You're supposed to kill your enemies. Isn't that right? Kill you? You're a ninja. Ninjas kill for their villages. They'll do anything for their village. Just like how I would do anything for Zabuza-sama. The blonde immediately look as he'd say, what do you mean? You would do anything. Even, what if he says to kill yourself? Would you do it? If Zabuza-sama says, I have to kill myself, I will kill myself. The blonde's eyes would widen after hearing this. What? You'll kill yourself just for one person? He's my precious person. That makes me sick. You'll hand over your life just for somebody else that doesn't give two fucks about you. just because he saved me from myself. Huh? I'll do anything to protect Zabuza-sama, even if it means if it kills me. So why don't you kill me? Alright, as the drag slayer will be lifted from the boy's face as being placed back in his holster. Naruto grabbing the, I guess, femboy by the collar as pulling him close. As the blonde swirling eyes would look into the sitting black of the femboy's eyes. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, but get it to your head. You're not just some tool to be used and thrown away whenever you're done. You're a human being, for God's sake. But that's how the worst world works. You're used and thrown away. You're a ninja, right? You're being used. Huh? Used for the village to make it stronger. You fight by going on these missions. You're risking your own life for a village that might not even care for you in the end. So why bother? Shut up. I ask again, why don't you kill me? I'm not gonna kill you. You're the first goddamn person that I know that actually accepted me for who? For me. Is it because of the 9 cells within you? Immediately the bomb we shot this. How did you? It's quite obvious. The 9 Tails Fox attack happened 13 years ago. The 9 Tails was sealed inside of a Jinjuriki. The way you act and how you have a mask over your face for your emotions is quite obvious. You carry yourself with pride, but yet I can see right through you. As the blonde's fist would clench, along with the hold on the femboy's collar tightening. So you knew and didn't say shit. Why? So you know left the Judy then, Yes. I know you've been treated like trash most of your life. But why bother? 'Cause I have those who I care about in the village. But one thing I won't do is just throw away my life. Throw away my own self just for that. That's impeccable. That's disgusting. The Zabuza doesn't even give a damn about you. He'll throw you away like nothing else in the world. To him, you're just a random tool, just to be used. He can give 2 fucks less about you. I don't understand. Because he's a father to me. Huh? He took care of me when no one else did. That's why I'll do anything for Zabuza-sama. Anything. As the femboy would start putting a hand on the gauntlet, on the gauntlet boy hands, and gently release the grip. It's being let go as the blonde would look. You have a lot of growth to do. Having the full 9 tails is a burden of its own. What do you mean, full? You need to know. Well, The nine-tailed fox within you is split in half. What? Split in half, yes. The other half of the fox is somewhere in Konoha. You'll find it eventually. How do you know about this? Let's say some information that was given. Goodbye. It was good talking to you, Naruto Uzumaki. But I need to. As instantly hearing chirping, the two would feel a rush of chakra built up. Automatically, the blonde sensed that the chakra belonged to Kakashi Sensei. Kakashi Sensei? As immediately, Haku would disappear in the dungeon. Shit! As immediately, the blonde would rush. No. As running, as the black flowing cape behind him would run. Moving at high tuning to low joining speed, he'd arrive, seeing Kakashi's hand right through Haku's chest. No. Kakashi pulling out his arm as he killed her. Not again. Zabuza, who would look at Kakashi as his whole body changed, demeanor changed, as rage filled him. The hatred in his eyes grew. Kakashi. For killing, I can understand you killing me, but killing Haku as drawing his blade was your first mistake. She was just an innocent girl. Someone who did my bidding, but yet you killed her. Goodbye. I'll avenge Haku. Goodbye, Kakashi the Sharingan. As clapping would be heard, as very much to a stop, as the blonde will look towards the one who saying as Gato will be clapping his hands as saying, well. Isn't this nice? I was going to use her later on, eventually. But hell, hey, she's dead. So, well, use is smooth for now. But, the use I can use here is decent enough. The blonde would see Gato walk up to the girl's body and looking at it, poking, grabbing her head, pretty much groping the dead body. Very fitting, but sadly she's dead. As kicking the body to the side as saying, well, hey, there's just some things that weren't meant to be done alone. As the alright men, as the robatics would, gather up as bring me Zabuza Kakashi's heads, and you can have all the women you want. As the bandits would smile, alright. You heard that, guys? We can have as much as we want. I like the sound of that. As they'll draw the weapons, the blondes will be shot. Blonde's golden hair will be shot up his eyes. Shadow his eyes. You. Zabuza will say, you bastard. This was all a trap. You're the reason why Haku's dead. I'll make Zabuza would link out his arm as very much rushing at the man, with his Kubikiri swinging down as immediately they would all start to impale the man. This was, well, like losing his sword as dropping it, but he was about to go through them by being one of the kunais around it and going through them all. As seeing Gato, but he would not have the energy to take him out. As the men would start to come back, or men would start to come as continue to impale him with weapons. As Naruto would see this, says, "Stop! Don't you see he's already down? He can't fight anymore." As Gato would say, "Look, kid, you're a ninja. When you need to get the task done, you get it done. If you can't, well, you're basically useless. Like the forgotten piece of trash, how these two are. Forgotten, broken, and worthless. Trash. Kid, I know you care about Haku, truly as a friend, and as her father. In a way, please avenge her. I couldn't. I wasn't strong enough. I failed. But you can take on the mantle. Take Kubikiri. I can hear it calling to you. It desires you. Take it." The blonde would have felt a whisper, as he would have felt from the blade. Immediately walking towards the blade, grabbing the blade, as the blade, grabbing the large blade. As grabbing it, the blade would have glowed. It's going to its final form. As it was sort of glowing a crimson glow along with blue. A crimson and red glow go around it, growing larger than before. Longer and larger. It'll be a double-edged sword like the Dragon Slayer. But curved in the end. But on the blade it'll be pure black, but with a nine-tailed fox, a nine-tailed fox in battle with a blue dragon. On it says Kubikiri. The Kubikiri no Yoko. The blonde would look at the blade as seeing it, feeling the power. You can feel the chakra, the demon, as immediately turned into towards Dragon Slayer. As something on the Dragon Slayer starts to happen as well. A glow starts to happen. A red glow along it. As the middle of the black blade was start to glow dull red. As a raging beast like inscription on it would have a red beast, dog in shape with red eyes, similar to the beast of darkness wrapping around the blade. The blonde seeing it, knowing that this is the other voice inside his head that was connected to the armor. The blonde feeling the power from both of them is feeling the demon's chakra in both. The Kyuubi no Yoko's chakra in both swords, but also feeling the darkness within that beast with the armor. As all of a sudden, the blonde feel rage, like he felt earlier. Zabuza, Haku, Sasuke, Kakashi Sensei, Sakura, and all of Wave, y'all have been put through hell because of you. Because you just don't know when to quit. You don't know when to give people the breaks they need. You put people through all types of hell just because you want, just because you can. That I can never forgive. You. As his eyes turn crimson, as the red chakra starts to spin around him, as the blonde crimson eyes of slits, as his whisker marks to be thickened, you gotta go. I swear, on Haku and Zabuza's grave, I'm gonna kill you and avenge them and all those you've killed. This is where you die, Gato, and all those that work for you. They're dying as well. This ends here now. As darkness starts to cover the blonde's face, as the armor, top of the armor starts to form, a wolf-like mask starts to form as from the shadows of the cloak, like the robe-like cloak in the back, covering as red eyes to glow, as the armor's eyes would glow red, glowing a bright red as roaring out, as the mouth would open, roaring. Darkness would only be seen, nothing else. The loud roar would be echoed and heard. The blonde holding the two giant blades as going, the berserk blonde would go to his stance. Kakashi would be shocked. Naruto? What is his armor? Immediately he's off. Kakashi says, this is armor. I can already feel the chakra levels. It's insane. It's like he's drawing upon the Ninetales chakra, but he's drawing upon something else as well. What is this? As red energy would flow around him, as it would cease. As the red hue would go around the black armor. As clutching, tightening his hold on the swords, the berserker armor figure would rush towards, well, the bandits in a craze, easily cutting through them all, using the Kubikiri no Yoko, along with the demon, like the demonic dragon slayer, easily swiping through them all, cutting them down one by one, slicing them in half. Kakashi, Tazuna, and Sakura watch in shock, seeing the blonde cutting through them all like it's butter. That's impossible. Kakashi says he's moving mid-joining speeds. He's already, no way. Easily impaling one of them and tearing another down. One would stab him in the back, but their weapon would shatter. It wouldn't even make a dent. Not even a mark, it was just clear. Didn't even go past the light, the bright red hue that's around the armor. The armor would growl in anger, stabbing the person in the head, impaling the person in the head, and throwing their body. The figure would jump into the air, dropping down a couple of them and slicing them all down. Grabbing one by the head, using its large wolf-like jaws and completely snapping their neck. It'll be a frenzy, a killing. The berserk blonde continued to tear through them all, stabbing one and ripping apart in the other. As this would continue on, some would get good hits that would hear cracks, but the Ninetales chakra would easily healed, along with the armor doing its, well, so-called job of keeping the boy in the fight. but the rage would have boosted his power even further. There along with the armor, but when the armor, some of the armor pierced the blonde's skin. After Saint's dead, the wounds healed would go back into its place. No markings on the blonde's body. Slicing down as tearing apart those who, got in its way. Someone would grab a huge sledgehammer, smash, hitting the head of the blonde. The armor, the berserker armor, would return, its crimson eyes glowing. I times out. I times asking me to be decapitated after a swing from the Dragon Slayer. Throwing the Kubikiri no Yoko immediately as throwing it would sort of cut through them all. As a red hand would pop out from it, as the red hand was shaped as taking a figure of a fox, holding the blade, as rushing through them all, as throwing the Dragon Slayer along with it too. The same thing would happen with the Dragon Slayer, but it will be a crimson dragon, as slicing through them all, as immediately the berserker armor would do a familiar hand sign, as across hand sign, thousands of blondes would have been there. Berserker armors, all roaring in anger and rage as they would fight on, easily cutting through them all. As after defeating Garo's army, Garo will start to run, but immediately the dragon, the Avatar dragon and the Avatar fox would have slashed his legs where he couldn't run. Looking down to see his legs bleeding profusely, it's a pretty deep cut. No, please, spare me. I can give you anything you want. Money, women, anything. Just spare me, please. As the Avatar dragon and the Avatar fox would look down with the large blades still in their mouths, as the berserker armor clones would vanish. The original berserker would have walked up, grabbing him by the neck, by the collar, and lifting him up, as making him turn into look at the carnage that the berserker armor caused. As a growl will be heard, as a growl come out of the armor. As a voice would come out of the armor and say, "So, you want mercy after everything you've done to these people? You don't deserve mercy at all. You deserve death. But I avenged Haku Sabasa. But I don't have the final judgment of what happens to you." Immediately throwing him as got a roll, as he'll stop the roll, as picking himself up, seeing the people of Wave, all of their weapons, are anything that they can grab. You have to deal with them. They're the people that you tormented the most. I would like to see you try to beg your way out of this one. No. Please. Please. As the people of Wave would beat Gato, beat him to a pulp, and after finally beating him to a pulp, they would kill him off. As the Avatar formed, the Avatar dragon and the Avatar fox would disappear as they would turn back into chakra, as chakra along with the blades being held would return back to the armor, grabbing the two large swords. As putting it in his holster, putting the dragster in his holster, grab into his opposite's body, and gently taking the Kubikiryu's holster and wrapping it around, wrapping it on his body as putting it in his holster as well, making a large X-like shape with the large two swords. Kakashi would walk out to the armored figure, blonde that's shorter than, pretty, a bit taller, as tall as Sasuke, or maybe a few inches taller, Naruto. The growl will be heard from the armor as "You still in there?" Turning towards as the figure would looking to Kakashi. Kakashi will be prepared to fight because he doesn't know if Naruto completely knows that it's him or not, because what he saw was the blonde just going on a rampage. It didn't even seem like he knew good from bad. All he knew there was God was the enemy, and that was it. The blonde would draw the blades as pulling them out. As growl, the blonde would get to a stand. The armor would get to a stance as prepared to fight Kakashi. Damn. I thought I could settle this out peacefully, but I guess not. Seeing the blurred swords, two large swords covered in blood, Kakashi was to be kind of nervous because the blonde took on made a whole massacre, like similar to the Chion massacre. Alright then, as pulling out two kunais, I'll go at you. Rushing at the Joden at high speeds, Kakashi using the Sharingan to estimate the blonde's swing, dodging the blonde easily and looking away to make him submit. Damn. He's under the Naruto's influence, or that armor is boosting the rate of the Bijuu along with it, so it should be harder to get him out of state. I never had thought of using this, but I'm glad Sensei taught me this. As this would continue, Yamato, we're gonna need that. Yamato would start to do hand signs as doing the jutsu for the Bijus as wood pillars start to surround around, as immediately these wood pillars were rushed at the blonde. The blonde started to chop down the wood easily, but being overwhelmed. Smashing into the armor figure, the armor would have took the hit, not even having a scratch on it. But what it didn't know that it was absorbing the chakra, putting soothing nature chakra inside the blonde system, calming the blonde down. The armor, the red hue in the armor would start to die down as there would be no red hue left, but the glowing red eyes would still continue. As Kakashi would place a seal on the blonde's forehead on the armor. This would cut the Naruto's completely off. Cut the Naruto's off as the glowing of the eyes started to die down to a dim type of color. But the blonde looks like he's still pretty angry. Still trying to budge through. As Yamato would use two large wood strands as start to force open the armor mouth. As darkness was about to be torn apart because of this calming nature. As hearing the roars of this berserker like beam start to hear, as the roars start to become screams of pain, as finally separating the two halves of the helmet, releasing the blonde from the anger state. Damn it. and it's immediately falling down. As she would catch the blonde, Kakashi would look down as seeing the two large blades hanging from the blonde's hands. The blonde will drop the two blades, but down as they would clank. As immediately Kakashi would look, Yamato would say, "That was insane. Truly, it was. Well, I'm so glad that you still came along. No problem. I'm glad the Hokage made me on this team. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to stop him by myself. I didn't think I was going to do it by myself either. But this armor, what about it? I have a feeling that this armor boosts Naruto's rage when he's using the Naruto's chakra. This could be bad whenever he goes rageful or berserk again. Yeah, this armor seems like it completely pulled out every negative thing about the Jinchuriki and dragged it out to the surface. This could be bad, Kakashi says. We're going to tell the Hokage-sama about this. We are. And as immediately Kakashi will take the two large swords. But first, let's get this armor off the blonde. There's a scroll where it says berserker armor on it. There's some info on it that the blonde wrote. That'll be nice to know. As they would will. Sakura, let's go. Time skip. The next few days would have been pain. Feeling pain all over. The boy would open his eyes. Dark, gloomy room. The hell? Where the hell am I? Waking up in the middle of a sewer. Turning in one way, seeing only darkness. And another way, to see a cage. Getting up as the boy looked, seeing that he still has the armor on him. Walking to the cage as two crimson eyes would open. But as the crimson eyes would look down, as a large smile would come onto the beast's face. Yes. I am the Nine-Tails. You damn fox. What the hell did you do to me? Why can't I remember anything? And as the fox started to laugh, it was glorious. All of it. You impressed me, brat. What do you mean? I have to admit this armor has impressed me. But it does come with some drawbacks that I like. Well, as the blonde fist was behind him, turning to see a large beast. His eyes being similar to the Nine-Tails, but it's similar to the berserker armor. He knows it because he's seen it on his face when they look into those eyes. You're that voice. You're that other voice. That beast of darkness, aren't you? Yes, I am. As the beast would smile. Well, I guess smile with as much teeth as you have. I'm impressed you can use as much of the power of the armor as you did. You are truly worthy. Great. Now I got two fuzzballs inside of me now. I already had to deal with you, pointing to the Nine-Tails, but I can't deal with two of you. I was looking at the beast of darkness. Why? No, 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 no. You stay the hell away from me. I can get as close as I want. Be as powerful as I desire. The blonde was he shit. As immediately before the beast starts to get close enough, it's pushed away by a wave of blue chakra. This life force of yours protects you from my influence, my full influence. I can only take full influence over you when you use the armor, when you lose all control. That's the berserker, when I lose all control. The berserker armor. The beast would smile. I don't like that. Immediately using his blue chakra as the beast would be pushed back. As blue chakra would start to make a large case similar to the Kyubis, as locking the beast up with the blue energy, matching the seal, as it's still intertwined with the blue chakra, locking both of the beasts up. You can't lock us in forever. You will accept us. Yes, boy. You will give in to our power. You'll come eventually. They always do, as the ninth walls vanish in the darkness of the cell. Truly, they do. Now, the beast of darkness will disappear inside the cell. Great. What the hell am I supposed to do now? I have two problems to deal with. I can't deal with both of these things at once. As immediately waking up from this so-called sleep or mindscape, the blonde would get up. As feeling that there's no weight on him anymore, seeing that he's in some clothes. He feels so stiff and sore, and it's like he was been pierced by a lot of a hundred of sending, which almost did truly happen, but the armor was there to prevent that from happening, but still, it hurt like a bitch. The blonde would have turned as getting up, seeing that his body is fully healed. Any damage that he had in fighting the berserker army would be healed by the Nine Tails anyways. Along with the berserker armor keeping him in battle for long, using part of the armor to keep himself in battle. Seeing any markers on his body, seeing that there's none. The fox probably healed any lasting damage. Well, at least those two fuzzballs are good for something. Walking out of the room coming downstairs arriving as seeing his teammate Sakura and seeing Sasuke. Sup, dope. I thought Kakashi say he was put into a near-death state. He's doing fine, but the real question is, how are you? I'm just alright. Kakashi with Gianto was easy to see through the lie. As they wouldn't say anything, as Sakura walked up say, Naruto, what was that? What was what? You went all crazy that you could have lost control of yourself in that armor. What the hell was it? You went on a massacre. Lost control? Armor? What are you talking about? Naruto wouldn't remember anything, but something in his mind was telling him that Sakura was telling the truth. Kakashi-sensei, what happened when I blacked out? You mean I blacked out? Kakashi says, when I lost all control of myself. Kakashi would say, what I can describe is You went on a massacre. You killed everyone. Just the bandits. And you left Gato. You pretty much badly damaged Gato, and you gave him to the village, the ways villagers to deal with. I fought you for a while to knock you out with helping me with Yamato. We got you out of that armor. The Kubikiri, Dragon Slayer, where are they? They're over here. Yamato says it's pointing towards the two blades. The armor. As Kakashi will pull out a scroll and throwing it, seeing that it's the same scroll, same berserker armor. The blonde putting on his jumpsuit and clothes, taking the two holsters, just looking at the two blades, seeing that they're changed. But there's one thing that still kind of put him off. The red fox and the beast, the dog-like beast on the Dragon Slayer and the Kubikiri no Yoko. Or Kyubi, the Kubikiri, the Kyubi no Yoko blade. That's interesting. The Kubikiri has a fox and a dragon, and the Dragon Slayer has a dog and a wolf-like dog and a nine-tailed fox on it. But they're faint, dull color and life, with markings all over them, deterring in battle. The blonde would put them both in their holsters as it would make an X shape. The Uchiha would look as growling under his breath, seeing how the blonde completely has now two swords to his advantage. Kakashi would pull the blonde outside along with Yamato as well. As Yamato would say, what the hell happened on the bridge? And what the hell is the berserker armor? I'll explain at the village. It's best if I don't say here. I'll explain it to those with the old man when we arrive at the village again. I don't trust Sakura generous Tim. Especially Tim. Kakashi would not. Understandable. What I read is it has some interesting effects. Truly it does, the blonde says. I'll explain everything. All of it. Once you arrive to the village. Yamato said, alright, we already sent Hokage knows a message on what happened. So he'll be waiting for you. Understandable, the blonde says. And as the time would go on, as they would finish the bridge, and after finishing the great bridge, Team 7 would be off going as Suzuno would name the Great Naruto Bridge after the blonde saved way from Gato. But the blonde didn't feel like he saved away from Gato. It more like he felt that those two inner demons inside of him did the work. He lost all control. Twice. 2 times. With Haku. With Gato. The blonde realized that if this keeps up, he's going to get himself killed. As the blonde would. As it'll be a walk back to the village. Arriving back at the village at the Hokage Tower in Konoha. Congrats, Team 7. You finished your first B-rank mission. You're all dismissed for Naruto, Kakashi, and Yamato. Sakura and Sasuke would leave as the Uchiha would restrict back at Naruto's as he would go through the door. This is when Naruto would put silencing barriers up, as he would immediately say, what the hell happened? The blonde says, For you to understand what happened, I had to explain everything to you. You know the day I became, that night where I got my headband, right? Here's what Nada is saying. That's to say I found Dragon Slayer, you know that. But Dragon Slayer was just part of the piece. After fighting Dragon Slayer, I heard a voice calling me on when we began our team meetings. I followed the voice and I found the armor. I heard it calling to me, saying my name. So then a figure showed up. A being. He was a skeleton in armor, married with a skeleton horse. He called himself the skeleton tonight. The night, skeleton knight. He said he was the last wielder of the berserker armor, and wow. The armor was used for, defeat enemies. He said that the berserker armor is an armor that would boost my strength, my physical strength, and all my abilities. And everything. Even my intelligence. But it also came with some side effects. The armor could take control of my body and go on a berserk rampage. Like what happened in Wave. And it holds its own demon. The beast of darkness within the armor. It lives in the subconscious of the armor, and it's there. I met it with the fox. It wasn't in a cage though, but I did lock it up in its own, using my chakra. Hoosier would sigh out in relief. At least you have that demon under control. Yeah. But whenever I use the armor, he can still influence me more than the Ninetales can. And when I lose control, I'm the most vulnerable. The armor brings out all my negativity. I mean every negative emotion I ever thought and ever thought of doing. Brings out my inner hatred. The reason we realize is knowing how a Jinchuki's life is, that is some bad shit. Hiruzen would say, alright. The armor knows, whenever I lose control of my mind and my body. The beast of darkness somehow takes control, but I can still see. I still remember doing everything I saw. It's just hazy. I think a part of me within myself somehow is merged with the beast. That I'm still doing it, but I'm not. It's like there's another version of me within the armor. Or that does the butchering whenever I go lose cannon. And this is also when I can lose control of the Ninetales. I guess the armor can draw upon the fox's chakra in it, along with its rage as well. That's why the Kubikiri and the Dragon Slayer changed. Hiruzen would be shocked seeing that the armor could draw upon the Ninetales chakra itself. Does the armor draw upon it as well? Yes. Yes, it can. I can lose control of the Ninetales and the beast when I'm using the armor. It's a risk that I took when I took it. I can't go back now. I can't get rid of it. It's attached to me until the day I die. Hiruzen would say, understandable. But Naruto, I don't want you using the armor unless it comes down to dire situations. Until then, do not put that armor on. I'm gonna have an old friend of mine have some seals put on it. So if you don't go on a rampage like Wave, how you did on Wave, because that's the last thing I need happening in the village. The Nine Tails root being released along with this beast of darkness, and you losing all control of them both, of them both along with their power. You're not Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, you're also Jinchuriki of the beast of darkness. This puts a greater toll on you, Naruto. I know, Gigi. I should have said something earlier. I'm sorry. It's alright, my boy. It's fine. You just go along and recover. You said this armor can keep you in battle, but it also messes your body up. Yeah, it sends parts of itself to keep my bones or any of my organs, any wounds I have in place, but it does not heal it. But to the fox, it heals it along, but when this happens, I can get a bigger rage boost. Ruzin would nod. And I think I can summon avatar figures of a dragon and a fox. That's what Kakashi Sensei said. Alright. We'll put seals on both your swords and the armor. And we'll tighten the seal on the fox. Do you have another seal upon the seal? The blonde will lift up his jumpsuit. Summoning chakras to the seal, seeing that there's a seal, the regular seal adds something else to be on top of the seal. Wolf. There'd be like a spiral of a beast, like monster, spiraling around the seal. That's bad. As Ruse's mind was to think, shit, that's bad. I'll have to get Jiraiya to come back. Alright. Do not put that armor on. I repeat. Do not. I don't know, man. As you dismiss Naruto, as the blonde would leave, as Hiruzen would look towards you, you did a great job of submitting Naruto down. But keep an eye whenever he's using the armor. I mean, an extra careful eye, because if he loses control of both demons, things could go down to hell. And with an unknown group going after Naruto already, this is bad enough. Hiruzen says, yeah, Kakashi says, if they find out that he has another beast, this beast of darkness, along with it, they're gonna try to do everything in their power to try to harness this beast's power. So I repeat again, keep an eye on Naruto. I don't want anything happening to him. And make sure whenever he uses the armor, keep him sane. I don't need him running around. I don't need another Biju running around. Yes, Lord Hokage. That's two instructions away. Hiruzen would sigh as instantly a voice would say, so, it's that bad, huh? Turning towards the voice, seeing a white-haired man with a long white ponytail. He had a headband with said oil, and wearing a tribute, a ninja like green and red getup. With sandals, large sandals. It's that bad, Jiraiya. As soon as possible, you get those seals on that armor and that sword. I will, Sensei. How is their training going? It's going well. They're planning to return back to the village. Let's during the tuning exams. How do you think he will react, Jiraiya? Me being his godfather, and I haven't said money, and I'm not sure how he's gonna react. To me, exactly, I haven't even met the kid. And to know that they are still alive in his life and they haven't been there with him, he's pretty pissed. He's gonna be pretty pissed. That's why I need that armor sealed along with those blades. Along with the seal being tightened. You saw the seal, right? Yeah. I'll make sure Minato tightens the seal when he gets back. I'll tell him everything. He better come back. Because I don't think I can handle this. I'm getting too old for this shit. Time skip. Few months. LeBlanc has been training relentlessly. He's had his ups and downs recently, but nothing really bad. LeBlanc has been training, as finally finishing the training that he had, stretching out his back. Remember what Kachi said about the tuning exams a few days ago? So the tuning exams, this should be exciting. A test of prowess and intelligence. But if shit goes down to the fan in there, I might have to use the armor. Even though if I lose myself to those two damn furballs. God, how they're annoying. Beast is so annoying. Bloody hell, he's always coming to my dreams and trying to talk me in until I'm breaking the seal. Can't he get it through his big, thick skull that I ain't gonna break that seal? Damn. The blonde would head as taking out a train from 7 as heading towards the blonde would walk around as walking through the village streets. This is when immediately you pass a hot springs and he would prefer to giggling. Immediately stopping as turning towards the giggling. The hell? Walking towards the sounds and peering, seeing an old man. Large sandals, green and red type of get up as seeing a large red scroll on his back. So you gotta be kidding me. As the blonde would crouch down next to him, as looking at what he's doing, seeing that he's peeking through the hot springs. So, how long this is gonna last? I don't know, but all I know is I gotta get this good scoop before I get caught. It would be real a shame if you got caught now. Look, kid, I don't know who you are, but right now I'm doing some research and you need to be quiet. I'm sure that you're not peeking on the women's hot springs. As the blonde yells out loudly as the woman over there on the side say, someone's peeping on us. As the Kodochi starts to get up and is heading towards, as kicking the man down, the blonde would quickly leave. Oh, you little brat! As immediately a killer intent would be felt through the area as turning towards as the white-haired man said, ladies, we can talk about this. It's just one peek. You're always coming back, huh? Well then, let's show you. Let's show you what we can do. I've been practicing this new jutsu. I found a perfect test dummy. shit. A few hours later, the blonde will be walking on the streets again. As immediately you hear a voice saying, "So, you're that kid again, huh? Oh, it's you, old man." "Old man? Look here, brat. Do you not know who I am?" Mm. Ugh. And I started hopping one foot as saying, "I am the Toad Sage of Mount Niaboku. I'm the legendary Toad Sage that masters all types of jutsus. Toad Sage Jiraiya, the best lady killer around." "This is one of the legendary Sani? What a wimp." "Yeah, sorry, Previous Sage. Not interested." "Look here, kid. I was supposed to help you with your little problem of your sword and your little BR." The blonde one will stop and then distracts and turns to you're the person. Come on, let's go. The blonde will immediately continue to walk, follow the large man. Following the large man to a clearing in one of the train grounds. Alright, bring them out. The blonde will pull out the two large blades, Dragon Stern and the Kubikiri no Yoko. As pulling out the armor, as immediately Jiraiya to put seals on the two blades first, and putting more powerful seals on the set of armor, on the armor. Lift up your shirt. The blonde was okay. Jesus Christ, man! As lifting up the shirt, Jiraiya will start to put extra seal on top of it. As doing so, that should help you a bit. Well, there's something that the Hokage needs you for, so yeah, we've both been summoned. Huh? What does the old man want now? I'm training for the tuning exams. Trying to be a tuning, you know. Yeah. That's Naruto put the seal with the armor as putting the dragons, the Kubikiri, no Yoko, back in his hole along with Dragon Slayer. Man, this is bull. So Block will follow Jiraiya as they would arrive at the Hokage Tower as immediately having, well, as Naruto would say, "Naruto, my boy, you arrived." As immediately putting a silent seal around. As seeing 5 figures in the room. And black cloaks with masks on their faces. Ambu masks on their faces. "Well, I'm here as you say, old man. Now, you called me for a reason here. Come on, say the truth. Say what you want to say. I got training to do for tomorrow, and tomorrow is a training exam, so if you don't know, I gotta get back to training." Richard was started to put his hand out in defense, saying, Yeah, I understand. But it's need a bit of your time. You know? What is this for? Is this me just paying the Hokage monument? Or breaking this stupid stock up Hyuga? It's understandable. Because you said you wouldn't tell them it was me. Risa says they haven't told it, but they're getting close to the answer, and they do want the purse, they do want their head on a platter. Well, old man, if you don't want to get your secrets revealed, because I can easily change that. Russo starts to sweat as One of the masked figures would turn slightly, tilt their head in confusion. Now, Naruto, we don't want to talk that in front of our guest. What's wrong, old man? You don't want to get your secret revealed that you read that old slutty book. As a slight pressure would be felt in the room, but not noticed by anyone else. But the bigger figure in the mask and the black trench coat, with the mask would have slightly took a step away from the one who's doing the killing intent. Because I can just easily tell Mrs. Nara that you're reading those old slutty books again. And when I first found them and read them, they were disgusting. The pressure would grow even bigger. Hers is such a sweat saying, understandable. Very understandable. Jiraiya would immediately say, hey, my books are good enough. Good. Wait, you're the one who makes those slutty books? Oh, come on. You're worse than before. No, old perverted old man, old perverted toad sage. A hermit Kage. What else? So the other part of the legendary Sonic, a crazy drunk woman. As the women go quiet, saying, holy shit. It's right. So rumors were true. God fucking damn it. Alright, hurry up, old man. I got business to do. I was heard to me change immediately. Naruto. There's something that I haven't told you yet. And you haven't told me either. What's that? You visited the fourth Hokage, haven't you? Yes, I have. So you found the other half of the Nine's house. I did. Is it sealed inside properly? Yes, I did. The fuzzball said he wanted to kill my body. Because, well, let's say we had an agreement. I gave him his other half. Then he got what he wanted. What he wanted? Access to my senses along with my other tenant. Along with as well. Which will leave him even more vulnerable to their tricks. But, I'm fine. Reason would not make sense. Alright. You can take off those disguises. As they would take off the disguises, the blonde turned towards the people as his whole demeanor would change. As seeing three children. Seeing the eldest is at least 1 year older or 2 years older than him. Having long red hair that reaches down to her mid-waist to back. Seeing another one having a boy with black hair with red streaks in his hair. Seeing that his blue eyes look bored. As the final one will be around his age, like the boy, being a girl with blonde hair, as is done in a braid. Her violet eyes would be cheerful as happy. Turning to the older adults, seeing a red-headed woman in shinobi type of clothing wear as having a red headband with the Konoha symbol and another headband on the right bicep of her arm. Then seeing that someone that should have been dead, the Yonde Hokage, alive. The blonde immediately starts to slowly put his hand on the blades as, old man, if you're playing a trick with me right now, it's not funny. As immediately drawing out, the Kubikiri no Yoko and pointing at the Yonde. Because there's no fucking way the Yonde's alive. He's supposed to be dead. He died during the Kyuubi attack. Am I right? Because if he's alive, why haven't you retired? That's pointing towards Hiruzen. There were reasons. The blonde looked at the man and seeing that he sees a reflection of himself. The blonde says, I don't like where this is going, old man. So you already see it, Hiruzen says. And what you're thinking is true. The blonde light to widen. What? Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, this is your family. I have a family? No. I have a family.